Let's take a look on the advanced search on Wyscout. You can find the advanced search on Wyscout by going on the top of the page and selecting the advanced search application. From here, you can start using the filters on the left-hand side to search for specific player profiles in the advanced search. As you can see, we have more than 700,000 players on our database, and now it's on us to find the right player we are searching for. For that, we can set specific filters. In that example, I search for a specific position, age, the height of a player, maybe the birth country, and then we go more into the player profile itself. So we are searching for specific kind of matches, or we go for goals and expected goals per 90. Then we can go into the attacking phases, and we want to search for offensive duels per 90, and the offensive duels 1%, and then we go to finishing. So, and therefore we also search for players who, we want to see, okay, how often they have shots during a game, so we can set those filters. Click on the little set filters icon here, and now we can start searching for players. In that specific case, we go into the competition scope, and we are searching for example, non-league, and we go into the non-league Premier Division, and as you can see, we have broken it down just by selecting the competition to 511 players. We are searching for the last calendar year, and then we are going to search for a right winger. Okay, done. We brought it down to 82. And then we go into the age group, and we say, okay, we search for a player older than 22. He should be from England. Bring it down to 65. Then we are searching for players who scored at least 4 goals. We brought it down to 70 players. Then we can select the XG, offensive duels per 90. We can put a little bit more. Offensive duels 1%. So we brought it down to 4 players. So, and just by that, we can search for players who fit into our specific player profile we are searching for. And from here, you can easily click on a player. You can see how we analyzed him. You can change the display, and from the one we can select once we have created by our own, or we just want to see a little bit more of the attacking phases. And then, as you can see here, we can scroll to the right and we can see, okay, how is he performing? If I want to, go into shots on target, so we can sort it a little bit more into, okay, who's the best player in a specific, event type. For example, XA per 90. So we are here, right? So, and therefore, as I said before, if I just want to see the non-penalty goals from Taylor, in that case, I can just click on that little play icon and it will show me his goals, which are not from a penalty. And as I mentioned before as well, from here, I could just select it and put it into a specific playlist. So by saying that, for example, I could as well pin players. If I want to do another search, you can see here I have now those players pinned into my pin selection. If I want to just change it a little bit, so maybe we see here are no more players. If we go a little bit more, so if we change a little bit of those, we have some more players. And so you can work with the advanced search. What you can do from the advanced search as well is that you can, if we go to the bottom of the filter criteria, you can save that filter set. So for example, I could say, okay, it's a right winger, and we had 19 to 59. So I just give it a name with a little bit more information for myself. And based on that, I could just save it. So, and if we clear or reset the filters, you see everything has gone. And if we click again on the three dots, I can load a specific filter set. And in that specific case, for example, you see here second Bundesliga center forward in Germany, 15 till 23 with an XG of over 1. So if I press that, if I load that, you see here it selects straight the competition. It gives me the time frame when I built that. So if we go, for example, into this season, it would give me a different kind of player set where I can easily find exactly what I need. And if we change it to a little bit more this, it will give me additional information as well. So from here, we can go back a little bit more into how can I, not only working from the advanced search, how can I bring that more into a list style of view? So, for example, if I select those three players, so I don't want to see them, I can add them to a list, and that button is linked to that player list application on Wyscout. So for example, I can add them to a list. I can create a new list. I can give it a name, center forward, Germany, second league. So I can say who can see it, who can edit it. I could give a description to it, and I confirm it. So I have added those three players now to that list. And to compare those players and do a little bit of benchmarking, I can now switch into that player list. And as you can see, I will have a lot of player lists already here created, but especially in terms of scouting and recruitment, you can put based on specific player profiles. You can go into that player lists application. And from here, you can see I have my player list. I can go into it. I have a clear overview. I can, I will get some more informations. And here as well, I can display different kind of styles. So if I go into attacking, I say current season. And straight, I can see as well outliners. Who's the best in XG because it's marked in green. Yellow is the second, and none is without color, or it could be in red. And the other cool thing, and for sure from here I could straight jump into a specific player profile. But the cool thing here as well is I can go into compare mode. And as you will see here, I am also have the overview about the three players, and I see, okay, who has done or who is performing better in what kind of events. And from here as well, I can just click on it and I can work on that part. With that being said, and I'm comparing players. So if you want to compare your players with other players, you also have to have in mind. So if we, for example, go back into a list I have done before. So my list, as you can see, some benchmarking players, benchmarking center backs. So for example, what you can do is as well benchmarking top level players, world-class players from Bundesliga, from La Liga or Italy, or from the Premier League, or only one league higher than your league with your players. You can just put them into those player lists. What I see often is that clubs are doing player lists based on position profile to just have them easily, or to find them easily in one list where you just plan your squad for the next season. I then easily can add players from here. I can search for players. If we want to say, okay, we search for a specific player, add them. And now you see we added just a player into here. From there, it's really great to create my my shadow team, because that would be the next step in terms of scouting and recruitment. Based on the players I have put into my player profile lists, I could then just go into shadow teams. I can create a new shadow team just by clicking on that, giving it the name. Non-premier, show the matches of the player. Yeah, we want to do that because that is something I will show you later. Confirm it. And now we can say, okay, based on the formation we play in our club, I can say, I will go into here. I say, okay, we are not playing in the 4-4-2. We are playing in the 4-3-3. And we put the height here in as well. And now I could say, okay, I want to add players. And the cool thing is I can add those players from a list. So, and for example, I have a list from the EPL, just put them in, 2 players selected, add them. I select another list, add them. So, and from there, you can see, okay, that is how it is working. And I can easily create my team we think as a club we want to play next season. And as you can see here, as easy as it is, we could also just put players from one position to another position, because, yeah, sometimes we have different ideas. And the cool thing is what clubs are doing here as well is that they color marking them, because if you see, I can just click on the 3 dots. I can give a player a color and we say, okay, it's green, because we know his contract. He is staying with us because he got a contract for the next 2 seasons. Then there is a player, we are in discussions, we put him in red. And if we say, okay, that is a player, we know he don't want to come, or he has a contract signed with another club, whatever, we can put him on red, but we leave him in our list, because then we know exactly what the status of a specific player is. If you want to add just another player here, you can as well go just by here, search for players. If I go here for Chavez, for example, and we can just add them like this. So you have a lot of informations in here. You can just create it. You can export that as a PDF and you can print it out and put it on a wall. But that's the best way of using the advanced search together with the player lists and the shadow team.